Sometimes I like to think that the universe tests us whether we actually want to do something or actually want to get something. If you basically surpass those tests, then you will get what you want. But some people get stuck and then they see an obstacle and they're like, oh, it's a sign to not do it. But instead, I generally like to think about it that it's like a test, that okay, let's see if you actually want to do it, because if you don't, fine, then that's so much time that would have been wasted that could get put into something else that you actually want to do, and no matter what, you will get it done. Hey, welcome to Angie Does. In today's video, Angie does explain the meaning of life to you. I opened this YouTube channel to share my knowledge and my experience with you so that you can skip the trial and error that I have had over years and years of different subjects. But a good thing to remember is that the fastest way to learn and to actually get something completed is by doing it. So if it's very obvious mistakes, then obviously you can save time avoiding those mistakes and doing what's right faster, which is where I come in. But if it's actually doing the skill, then practice is obviously the best way forward. So the first lesson of today's video is the quality of the content is much more important than the quality of the audio or of the video itself. And I know there's a lot of you out there that want to start maybe a YouTube channel or anything, but you're worried about the quality of the videos that you would post or the quality of the audio, for example, if you're a musician. But the fastest way to improve is to just start and learn along the way. Like, don't mind about what other people might think of you. If you truly feel within yourself that you want to and need to start this for whatever reason, for whatever calling, go ahead and do it. Again, what's better? Regretting that you posted a video that you can delete, or that you posted a song, or that you competed in a competition that you can easily hide. Obviously, in terms of competitions, you might not be able to hide them as easily, but if you're just starting out, I really doubt somebody, when you make it big, is going to look back on those videos. And if they do, then great. Like, they'll see how far you've come, you know?
And it's fun to see from where you came to where you end up, which is the reason I haven't deleted any of my songs from my music YouTube channel, because it's like, I was there at one point in my life. People that are starting out, they will also experience that when they're starting, because nobody is great or amazing when they start. You gain experience and you gain skill, and that happens over time, not straight away. So it's important to start things. The whole point of keeping them there is it might actually inspire somebody who's been wanting to start for a long time but hasn't started yet. If they maybe look at where I am now with my music compared to where I was when I started out, when I was 18 and didn't make music regularly and didn't really focus on it too much, just done it because I generally enjoyed making music and it happened so by chance. The fact that I made my first song happened by chance. But you can look at that and then see the improvement that happens when you put time and effort and belief in yourself and keeping on going, even if you lose that belief in yourself, which it does happen to everybody. Even the top performers in this world have days where they feel off. So it's okay, it's human. And everybody's been there and everybody will experience that again. But what's so important is to remember what you actually want to do with your life and your meaning of life.
Yeah, it's very important to start and don't care about what other people think, don't care about what other people say. You just keep on going where you know that you're heading, and once you get there, they will be like, whoa, wait a second, when did this happen? So that's the first lesson of today's video. The quality of the content or the lesson is much more important than the quality of the audio or of the video itself.
So since this is my first video, I thought I would start with the toughest question of them all, the meaning of life. And to be exact, my meaning of life, and how I came to finding it, and, well, honestly, what an impact it's had on my life so far. So, how did I come to this conclusion? My journey of finding my meaning of life started when I was about 12 or 13, and I was walking my dog one starry night, and I decided to look up at the stars And I was pretty thoughtful at this point and asked the stars in the endless sky, what is the meaning of life? That thought just popped into my head as I looked up. And from there, it just sent me to a crazy roller coaster of a ride. And don't get me wrong, I was doing really well in my life at this point for a 13 or 12-year-old. I was winning sports competitions, I was doing great in school. Anything that you can imagine, I had a good group of friends at that point. And yeah, everything was going pretty well. Yet still, I found myself wondering and longing for something bigger. From there, it took me on a crazy journey. I basically started seeking the answer to that question a lot more, which, along with some other things, which I'll talk about in other videos, sent me to depression because I didn't understand what the point of anything was anymore. And I then lost all of my friends, and I started searching for, well, perfection. And from there I basically got into depression, which then sent me on a healing journey and then sent me to look at all of my actions and thankfully end up where I am now and survive through all of that, which is great because when you get to the other end of it, it's the most amazing thing ever, and it actually makes you appreciate life a lot more. So through all of that, I've came to the conclusion that the meaning of life is simply to be happy. Everybody keeps on searching for what is outside of this and what happens when we die and so on. And I believe that we all already know the answer, but at the same time, we're living this human experience, and if we were to actually consciously know the answer, then we would know it. And then it sends you on to this more big of a circle on a never-ending spiral. If you knew what the actual meaning of life is and why we're all here and so on, then you would basically not exist anymore, because that's existence in itself. Obviously, we can't consciously know the answer, even though inside I do truly believe that we all know the answer anyway, which is the reason that we're searching for it. Because if we were truly clueless, we wouldn't be searching if we had no idea what this was. But then again, you can say, oh my god, this is why I decided that I need my meaning of life instead of a big massive meaning of life, because it just keeps on going and going and going and going, and you can talk about this for ages, and I would love to hear your opinions about this. So please, in the comments section, write down what you think either your meaning of life is or the total meaning of life. I've heard of us being in a game simulation, or so many crazy things. I used to say this quote, if it exists in the imagination, it exists somewhere in the universe. And I used to say this about when I was 12 or 13. And I honestly had no idea what it meant, and I didn't link it back to me asking the meaning of life or anything like that. I just wrote it one day and I completely believed it. If it exists in the imagination, it exists somewhere in the universe. So if you believe that we are living in a game, you will literally experience life as if we are, because the way that you perceive life is the way that your life is. So, yeah. This is why I wanted to start with this topic first, because it gets the hard stuff out of the way, and then we can focus on actually improving the life that we have currently and are experiencing through this human body that we are currently in. First topic. So, when you're figuring out the meaning of life, you first need to know how we were formed. Basically, the creation of our Earth. To make your life a lot easier, I'm gonna link below a documentary that is 9 minutes long, and it's got amazing humour for a documentary. So don't worry, you don't need to spend 2 hours watching a documentary on evolution and all of the above, or below, whatever you believe in. Long story short, many billions of years ago, our Earth was formed through rocks colliding. This is very, very simplified. Obviously, then it went hot, then it went cold, then it went hot again, then it went cold, extinctions, so on and so forth. Then a lot of banging happened with many different species, and hence we were formed. which is why integration is also really good for us. The documentary itself is hilarious. It has dry humour, which I love, and if you're not sensitive and if you don't take things too personally, which if you do, it's okay if you're working on it. Obviously we all have insecurities, but it's just so funny and there's little bits on it that you pick up. Obviously it's really educational, which is the main point of it, but I love how they integrated the humour as well, because that's such a big part of humanity, and we should all laugh more often and we should all joke about with each other more often. Second topic. Dualities. So, dualities. For example, life is fair and life isn't fair. There's no meaning to life, but there's all the meaning to life. It just depends what you choose to focus on. Both things exist at the exact same time. The good and the bad exists at the same time. You constantly always have good in your life and you always constantly have bad in your life. It generally just depends what you focus on. How we perceive things is how we see the world. So the way I like to describe this is if you think about the vast, never-ending universe and you think about you, what a small particle you are in this universe. Overall in the universe, whatever happens has no meaning. You can say everything is happening everywhere, all at the same time, all at once, and it doesn't matter what you do, life is going to keep on going on, so nothing matters. I completely believe that and I also completely agree, but what I choose to focus on and also what I completely believe is life has all the meaning. So if you take the vast universe and slim it down to you, life has all the meaning for you. For example, if I died today, right now, the universe would go on, life would go on, everybody would go on, it would be absolutely fine. However, if I died in this life, my mum would be devastated, my dad would be devastated, my dog would be devastated, my friends would be devastated, and most importantly, the love of my life would be devastated. And that is so meaningful, and to me, it matters. It may not matter overall in the universe, but to me it matters. So that's the duality of it. What you do generally doesn't matter, but it matters to you and it matters to those around you. And since we are all here on this earth, it's so important for us to take care of each other and to take care of ourselves. So what you do, every single thing that you do has an effect, butterfly effect, every single thing, every thought you have. Apparently there was some science research that came out and it said that your words affect stars that are so far away. I don't want to give any numbers because I can't remember it properly, but I also do believe it because I like to be open to many theories and any research or any opinion and so on. So apparently me being here at the other end of the universe, a star already hears my waves from my voice. And maybe not actually hears it, but feels it, you know? And since we are all connected and since we are all created and we're all intertwining all the time, there will always be both ends of a stick, you can say. Whatever you choose to focus on is your meaning of life and is your life. So no matter what your viewpoint, I think we can all agree that life is us experiencing it and life experiencing us. Life is experiencing. You are currently living and you are experiencing. And the way I came to my conclusion of my meaning of life is through deep healing. What really pushed me into my healing journey was a quote that I read along with a lot of other things, but it really resonated with me at the time and it really touched a deep place in my heart. If you don't heal, you bleed over others. And that meant a lot because obviously you do love people no matter who you are. You love people or you care for somebody at least. And if you truly love somebody and if you truly genuinely care about other people, which if you care about yourself, you will care about others, then you don't want to hurt people that you love and you don't want to cause any pain to anybody. And the people that hurt are only the people that are hurting. So it all, intertwines because it's it's life. Anyway, because because life is experiencing us, we're experiencing life is experiencing itself, I choose to experience it with pleasure and joy. Therefore, my main priority and my meaning of life is for it to be enjoyed and for me to be happy. Healing brings a peaceful life. The lows make me appreciate the highs. The highs make me grateful for the lows I've experienced, and so on and so forth. Dualities, the waves. What I also really like to say is something that I've realized recently is life is literally waves, as in energy waves, sound waves. Our heartbeat is a wave. So if life is waves, then life comes in waves. There are going to be highs and lows and highs and lows, and I'm sure everybody's experienced that. So no matter what your viewpoint is, enjoy your life, be happy, make yourself happy, find out what truly for you happiness means. I'll have a video for you made for creating yourself and understanding the difference of superficial creation of yourself and genuine, true creation of yourself, all to come. So subscribe for more and put on those notifications so you can see when it comes out and see them immediately, so it can help you. What I do is I basically start my morning off being completely present. Then I write down my goals. So I would write down either daily, weekly or monthly goals and let them go. Be completely present in the moment. What helps a lot is meditation. Self-guided meditation is the best meditation I've found, because then you can truly dive in to any issues you're experiencing or anything that's deep inside of you, any answers that you're maybe not even sure that you have inside of you, and any questions that you also might have been longing for the answer for. Meditate. Start meditating internally. If you don't know how to start, generally start by taking your phone out of the room, sitting in the room by yourself and closing your eyes or looking around you, not judging, not expecting, letting thoughts pass by. Unless there's a strong feeling inside of you that you want to obviously solve, then let it solve itself. Don't hold on to it and don't go looking for it. Just let it be and let it experience itself and let it solve itself. That's the easiest way to start meditating, and that's the easiest way to start your journey of living a happier life, by listening to yourself, being alone with yourself, spending time with yourself. All of these things add up, and even if you're working on them 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes, everybody has 5 minutes. I'm sure Elon Musk has 5 minutes. Anybody, I'm sure the president has 5 minutes. Everybody has 5 minutes of the day. Whether they're in the toilet by themselves or brushing their teeth or eating food, everybody will have 5 minutes, so spend it internally reflecting. I also want to add in this last little bit, I once had a trip that sent me to an experience that made me go to heaven and hell. And I realised that the meaning of life was heaven in this case. The hell was there to remind us and make us realise things, and heaven was, funnily enough, heaven was generally all different types of species harvesting and caring for each other and caring for the planet. It was such a beautiful trip because it made me realise a lot about life and how, well, in this life, we have each other, and the way we can make the world a better place is by looking after each other and harvesting the world and putting back into the world that gives to us, and obviously we give to the world as well, so it works together. We're not here for the world and the world isn't here for us. Same way we're not here for animals and animals aren't here for us, and at the same time we are, but together, intertwined. So yeah, I thought I would mention that to you guys. If you guys want to ask me more about that, feel free to DM me privately. But yeah, that was a changing experience, and one that made me realise a lot of things and not be afraid of hell and be able to face hell. And obviously it was all about love and loving each other, literally. Well, I mean, so to end that, my meaning of life is to be happy, and that comes above anything. My top priority in my life is to be happy. My goals in life are to be happy. Anything I do is for me to be happy, And again, happiness does not mean solely by myself. I want everybody in the world to be happy. I want for everybody to truly feel true happiness, because I felt it and it's the most amazing thing ever. And I want others to experience it too. So yeah, hopefully with this channel that can become possible for a lot more people. And when you do find your meaning of life and you follow that and you can feel it from within you, it's not something that you just shout, it's something that you truly feel. And also, if this video has helped you, share it with somebody that it might help them as well. But anyway, what was I talking about? Find your true meaning of life through trial and error. It's okay to be bad at something. It doesn't matter where you are now. It matters what your intentions are and the life that you want to create. Don't forget to be in the present moment though. By the way, if you guys have any questions at all about anything, feel free to leave it in the comments section or tweet me. I'll leave it in the caption what my Twitter username is, or even contact me directly on Instagram, am.angelroxy. Angel Roxy is my musician name. Feel free to subscribe and follow on any streaming website as well. I've got a new album called Sunburn and it's a sequel to my debut album Sun and Moon, so make sure you subscribe to that and make sure you're the first to hear it. You can also pop over to my other YouTube channel, which is my music channel, also Angel Roxy. I'll link it below as well. Well, thank you so much for watching my first video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it has helped you. If it has, feel free to share it with somebody that you think it will help also. Subscribe and put your notifications on so you can get a notification when my new videos come out. Also, feel free to stream my music, share it out there, tag me in anything as well, because then I'll just repost it and, you know, collab. No, thank you so much for your time and I hope that it's helped you. I really appreciate it. Thumbs up! Time to fly to San Francisco and drive along the coast, heading for me, 'cause I am living in heaven, 'cause I choose to.